Hi, today we're going to go over roots, zeros, solutions, and x-intercepts. Oh my, and that's kind of how we feel when we're talking about all of them. The one thing we have to understand is roots, zeros, solutions, and x-intercepts, they are all the same thing. I can just use the same words and meaning the same thing. So any of those can be used in a question and it's still asking the same thing. So here's a quadratic. And quadratic because we know it's x squared. And this is what it looks like on a graph. So the roots are your x-intercepts. So wherever this line, wherever this parabola hits the x-intercept, the x-axis, those are your roots. These are your x-intercepts, your roots, your zeros, your solutions. Well, they're also called zeros because it's what makes the equation zero. Remember, your answers, your output, is your solution, right? What makes this zero? That point right there would be 2. The one on this side is 2, 0. And this one is negative 2, 0. And this one is 2, 0. Well, the y value is 0. So we are asking what is the x when y, our output, is 0. Our solution is 0. Okay, so that's why it can be called a root, zero, solution, or x-intercept. So let's practice this. We've had this equation previously when we were trying to find our factors. So we already know that we factored out the GCF and we got 4. And then our factors were x plus 2 and x plus 3. So now we have our factors. And remember, this could be set to y. It could be set to f of x, because f of x is a fancy way of writing y. Or it could just be set to 0, okay? Any of those, that's how the quadratics look in standard form. We're working with it set to 0 so we can find out our roots, zeros, x-intercept solutions, okay? So that's how it's going to look. So now all we're doing is setting this binomial and this binomial to 0, because anything times 0 is 0. We want the left side to equal 0. So x plus 2 equals 0. Well, what can I plug in for x? Well, I know that x would have to be negative 2. It would have to be the opposite. So now let's try the other one, x plus 3. How does that equal 0? Well, x would have to be negative 3. So my roots, zeros, solutions for this problem are negative 2 and negative 3. So all we have to do is set the binomials to 0 to find our roots, zero, solutions, and x-intercepts. Let's try another one. Factor out your greatest. Now remember, this can be set, this is the y, it's set equal to y or f of x or 0 for us to find our roots, zero, solutions, x-intercepts. And I say all 4 of them so they get stuck in your head. Okay, so let's factor out and find those binomials so we can find them. So let's factor out that 6, and then we're left with x plus 1 and x minus 3. So now that we have this ready to go, all we have to do is set our binomials to 0. And now we know that this one, the x would be negative 1 and x minus 3 set equal to 0, and x would be positive 3. So our roots, zeros, x, and solutions are negative 1 and a positive 3 for this one. And if you really think about it, all you're doing would be plugging in a -1 right here. And -1 plus 1 would be 0 inside this parentheses. And since this is all multiplication, that would make this side 0. Okay, your other option is to plug in a 3 right here. And that would set that equal to 0. So I was able to find our roots, zeros, solutions, and x-intercepts. Hope this was helpful. Have a great day.